game number 2, Hollow. We're gonna move towards the game number 2 really soon, and I'm very, very excited for it because we got an early look. We got a look of what the leaderboard looks like and will look like. It's gonna happen on the map of Erangel again, and we're gonna again a very skewed playing path, but this time it's going to be towards the south.
It definitely is towards the south, and we might see a lot of drops towards the military base, and this is going to be really interesting. Novo is also a really good spot for these teams, but we are still seeing a lot of drops early on from the plane. It seems like they want to stay on the main island. Let's see how many are going to be taking the gamble for the military base. I do hope there are some teams that are willing to take that gamble because, hey, once again, the people going on military base, you know what it means, RZ, some bridge action, and I am all down to see that.
Absolutely, I'm all down to see that as well. But more expectations from Win or Die, more expectations from Team Origin. Fairy Tail, they proved me completely wrong by doing a wonderful job. On the other side, Team Unwanted, can they keep the momentum? Can they make sure that they secure at least top 5 in every game? Because obviously, the thing that matters more than chicken dinner is consistency. Through the 6 games of the day, you have to be consistent in those skills, in those placement points, and that was matters the most. But yeah, we have teams landing in, and obviously they're gonna just start going towards the loot very soon.
Yep, we are in the very first stage of the game right now, where all of these teams are going to be looting up. And look at that, Needix getting his hands on a really nice gun. Yeah, that's a good gab. That's a good bag, I meant, sorry. So yeah, that's going to be helping him out later on, and coupling it up with the M416. This guy has some good guns. He did switch out with the M249 though, but yeah, just basic losing stuff for these teams going on right now, and I don't think we're going to be seeing much for now, RZ.
Yeah, obviously, I think the possible clashes that happened in the game number 1, those will be also avoided. Everybody will be trying their level best. Holler, I think what we talked about with the pre-show as well, that teams will try to apply the research of the game number 1 in every other game. So yeah, teams have learned a lot. They know how the things work. They know where the players are. They know how the rotations are going to be. So they know what to expect. All in all, we're gonna see a bit more slow start to the game. We're gonna see obviously teams looting a lot more, trying to get their hands on multiple vehicles. I want to see how the circle looks like so that we can see which team has a better position comparatively, which team is in the center, and while which teams has to rotate.
Yep, that's for sure. I mean, the plane line being like that, the circle where it forms is going to be really important for this game, and we're yet to see how it's going to be forming. So yeah, let's see how these teams are going to be. Well, as you said, RZ, we're going to see how these teams rotate across the map, or will they even have to rotate? Because as I said early on, some teams did take the gamble for the military base, and if the circle is in the military base, they're not going to have to rotate. But if it's otherwise, you know how the story is going to be folding out for these teams. So yeah, for now, once again, calm before the storm. All of these guys are just chilling out, just looting and stuff. And yeah, for now, I think it's going to be pretty, as I always say, these teams are going to be taking a chill pill.
I mean, but Holler Pozian, I mean, that guy, he was good. He was great. He had like some great mechanical and technical, like whatever skills you want to talk about. He got 5 kills in total. He made his team in the phase number 1, while all of the rest of the players, they got eliminated right in the first stage of the game, and he survived. So he got great survival skills. He got great shooting skills as well. So all in all, he's a complete package.
Look at that. We finally have the circle, and this time around, it's basically the complete opposite of the last game. We basically had the circle in the northeast in the previous game, and this time around, it's on the southwest. So yeah, it's really interesting. Happening? Right now, it is covering the main island as well and military base, but I think it's safe to say that it's not going to be towards military base at this point. It's probably going to be towards the main island, which means the teams actually have taken a pretty good position. Once again, circle, they can't really read it. I mean, they can, but the way they have positioned themselves in this stage is definitely going to be helping them out a lot furthermore. But looking at the teams that are really out, basically on the outskirts of the circle right now, it is encrypt, and there are a lot of teams towards Jarjapul as well. So yeah, those teams are going to be having to take the long route and come in. They're going to have to come towards the circle, of course.
And obviously, I think this is why we're seeing a lot of teams trying to rotate, because this kind of circle, it forces teams to get into the circle early on. We have less play area, we have less compounds on the circle, so every team is trying to rotate, trying to find a good position. They need to be careful. Obviously, we'll have some other teams trying to rotate on the edges of the circle.
Yep, they are gonna be have. Oh boy, RZ, I'm gonna have to stop you right there because look at what just happened. Unwanted. Deviant was able to get a knockout or even an elimination completed. That is big for that guy, and that's going to be the first blood of this game by Unwanted Deviant. And after that assassination, he's just going to be moving out of there because I don't think we're going to see anything else happening. But as I say that, Freeline Cantix is going to be proving me wrong once again. This guy was the one to wipe out an entire team alone, and now they're getting a lot of work done as well. Redline and Freeline right up on their faces each other. Oh boy, this is a really good interaction between these two teams. Oh, look at that.
The red line.
We did not expect this. We did not expect this, RZ.
Obviously, and not at the first 6 minutes of the game with the free line losing 3 of their players going knocked down. They will be happy. Obviously, they didn't get eliminated, but they were on the verge of the elimination. On the other side, they got 4 kills. Fortunately for them, all in all, it worked out great. But let's see, can they keep the momentum? They were the last, for like one of the few teams to get eliminated in the last phase of the game of the last match as well. So yeah, Freeline is not a team to be messing with easily. But yeah, I think they have done a wonderful job. And look at SLN. They have just came here to get the spoils of the war. They want something left behind, but unfortunately, Freeline, they are back to 4 players. They have their health up. So SLN, it's not going to be an easy job at all.
It definitely not is going to be an easy job. But hey, Freeline, they definitely, bumped up their elimination points at least. That is for sure. But as I say that, we're gonna have to switch our attention towards Shaolin because they are taking a lot of damage once again from Freeline. Can these guys stay away from the action for 1 second? No, they cannot, because hey, they take down one team, they have one more to deal with. Shaolin right up in their faces. Sorry, I'm crazy. He's gonna be pushing one ahead further because he has one knockout and he's now trying to scout out the position of the other players from Shaolin. How this turns out, it exactly depends on how Freeline plays this match.
Oh, and look at that. Freeline already got an advantage by getting one player eliminated. Freeline is just proving again, not like a team not to be messed with. But all of this, what is the craziness that is happening right now? It is because of the circle, guys. It's not because of anything else that these teams are trying to fight, trying to just go like, oh, let's just fight. But the shots that being are fired left and right, the teams that are trying to rotate, it's just because of the circle and less of the play area. And look at that. He needs to be careful. He's just like having a lot of luck. They're trying to go in the center of everything and still he's surviving. Look at the shots being fired from left and right, and good luck to all of them. They're still surviving.
That's definitely a lot of gunfire to be seen. But hey, now we're looking at, oh boy, these guys are just chilling all over the map. And there we go. Do you remember this guy, RT? X-Tans. He was able to get a lot of eliminations in the previous game, and now he has eyes on Freeline's players. I don't think he's going to be taking a shot for now, but he sees another UAZ going through, which is definitely not a Freeline. Shaolin, once again, diverting their attention from Freeline, is now going to be focusing on another UAZ. That is a lot of teams going right up on each other, but there we go. Kadel is going to be taking one down on Virus, who tried to rush him, but is going to be losing his life right away. That was a bad idea by Virus, but he definitely did not expect Kadel to be there. Kadel is now one up elimination, and now he is looking at SAH's player Valo, who was able to get the first blitz in the previous game, is now going to be taking down Kadel. That is one kill, or at least one knock for iFnatic.
And look at that, win or die, they just came up trying to get a third, trying to have some third party going on, but he needs to be very careful, obviously, as he's completely out in the open, and the player that has been knocked on is on the other side of the broken wall, so he needs to cover a lot of the distance, go maybe throw a nade or two just to get the kill, and it's not going to be an easy job. Those compounds are a huge issue for team win or die to get to get any benefits of the third party, but for now they're looking decent, they're looking good. good. They got good compounds themselves. They got good guns, and yeah, they had a wonderful game number one. Where on the position number two, can they keep it going? On the other side, none away. They are doing a comparatively better job at still being alive. But the main part, the main difficult part, wasn't like being alive for the first phase of the game, as most of the teams are still alive. The main part will be difficult, which will be the game phase 4 or 3 or 4. But yeah, look at Drip Gang. He's here. He's calm. He's slow. He just did not make a single noise. Got one player behind his back, and now he will be spotted and put down by the 9 away before he was even able to secure the kill.
9 away players definitely are in the zone. Here we go. Pommy's going to be taking another fight, and he is really low on HP. Only 7 points of HP left in his pocket. He is going to have to apply in first aid before he gets back into the fight. This is a good encounter between Drip Gang and 9 away. These guys are going to have to tackle this really carefully. Otherwise, they might just end up getting wiped. But still, they do have one player knocked on Drip Gang's side, and the nades are being cooked. He knows the position of one, and there we go. He's pushing once again. There you go. Guns out, and he's going to be catching Fantasy with his pants out. There we go. That is one more knock towards Drip Gang. These guys just may be able to take out Drip Gang right here and now.
Yeah, Maronex is just trying to go ahead, sneaking into the enemy territory, reviving his players up. He doesn't want to let them go. 9 away, they need to do something right here, right now, if they want to get those kills secured. Because if they are not doing anything at this particular moment, Drip Gang will be back up to 4 players. And I don't think so. Even 9 away, they are reviving their 4th players. On the other side, DG. Oh my God, that's a bad news on their side. One of their players got a third party. 9 away, obviously, also a victim of third party when one of their players also going down, but the IXO nade gets connected, secures the kill, and DG, they are suddenly in deep trouble, deep crowns, with the 9 away having a bit of an advantage. But unfortunately, they're not the only team coming out on top. With the third parties going on, both of the teams are suffering huge losses.
Go, Drip Gang. Crimson is still in the battlefield, and he's going to be knocking down Sixo. And 9 away is now looking really tough, in a really tough position, and it's the only guy that was able to get a lot of eliminations in the previous game. Once again, only one last alive. He is trying to look for more people, but there we go. Drip Gang is going to be the successful contender of this whole encounter. That was amazing between these two teams, how it went down. Drip Gang seemed to be like, as I even said before, that it seemed to be like that 9 away might be able to take them down entirely, man, might be able to even wipe them out entirely. But hey, Drip Gang coming out on the top, getting the better of 9 away. But hey, still though, they're not looking really good for the upcoming encounters because they're only 2 alive, and yeah, that's not good because they are missing 2 of their teammates now. Clemson somehow even got taken down because even though he was really far away from the entire fight, he was basically on the flank of 9 away. He was still taken down by these guys, and now only 2 players is all that is left for Drip Gang.
Yeah, the only place of water where there is not, like, which is the circle currently right now. But at the same time, this is a different angle that we have seen, and yeah, we have lost 14 players in the first 12 games, and obviously this fight is still going on with multiple teams, and even there are a lot of clashes happening right in the center. Shots are being fired, players are being dropped. These teams need to be careful. Whenever you have something to be careful, whenever you are in the center of something, you have to be very careful. But unwanted find their first, oh no, their second, I think, victim, and yeah, they got the kill. Freeline, I'm sorry, I'm crazy, was just hanging out in the open at this part of the game where he needs to be absolutely careful. And what doesn't make sense at all, that why he was so far away from his team in the 14th minute of the game.
Yep, the team we currently have our eyes on is basically the chicken dinner team of the previous map, and this time around they're once again on Wrangler, and we're gonna see how and what they're able to accomplish this time. They are kind of up close to shoot all, what was it, shoot all hill, shoot all, I don't remember exactly, I'm sorry, but once the cam goes on to them, I am going to be recalling that. But as I was talking about that, together as one, Bobos is going to be trying to take, or at least deliver some damage, but he's going to be failing to do so, and while the other team escapes towards safety.
Yeah, they need to be careful, obviously, for the fact that they have made sure, like, they have given their position away. They're still on the edge of the circle. With the circle moving in, they need to come into the center. High sense, flying, trying to land shots on the team rotating in front of them, but they have not been able to get any kind of kill. They wanted to stay on the edge of the circle, want to get more kills from the teams that are rotating into the center, but yeah, unfortunately, they have not been able to do so as they have been blocked by a huge ridge right in front of them. But still, not a bad news for them. It's not a good news. They are doing okay. They are 4 players alive. They have not lost a single HP as of this moment, and they have a good loot and vehicles right in front of them. So let's see, can they turn this into a really good game where only 14 teams are alive and 49 players are still surviving. So yeah, let's see. Can you top it off with a good game? High Suns, they have good ammo and good guns.
They definitely do have good guns in their hands, and mind you, RZ, we are looking at teams right now that were able to perform really well in the previous map. The Hisense, ASQ especially, he was able to take, they were able to deliver some serious damage on Freeline, and if they're able to do it again, that'll be really good for them. But once again, they are up in front of the team that is Origin, which was able to hold their position really well up on that ridge the last time. So yeah, it's basically kind of the same story, just on the entirely different side of the map. And for now, these teams have once again separated themselves from the other teams for now, for safety at least. But I don't think that's going to be the case for much longer, because if you look at this SAH and these teams are really up close to each other. But I don't think they're going to be having to fight anytime soon. They can just hold on to their positions until and unless the circle comes and it basically forces them to move out of their positions.
But you need to be careful where you make a move. At this point of the game, where the circle is so small and we have still 14 teams alive, 16 minutes the game have passed, you need to be careful where you're moving to. Any compound that you choose will most likely have another team waiting in there. So that you might be just walking into a huge trap that and you will lose all of your players very quickly, giving the other team a huge advantage and a lot of confidence as well. So yeah, obviously you need to be very careful. SAH, they are right in the dead center of a lot of the teams. They need to be careful with their position, can't just get out in the open, trying to get a kill, getting a bit more aggressive, need to play on a bit more defensive side, trying to use those covers to get a bit of advantage, or they're not. Even if they don't get any advantage, I feel like they will have a pretty good end game if they make it to the last stage.
They definitely should, and now we're looking at shoot all haters. It is the haters. Okay, my bad. I'll keep that in mind now. But look at this, Shaolin have now trying. Well, there we go. I don't think he's going to be able to land any bullets, but I think it's worth trying, of course. You always try that. Still, though, not looking like they want to chase the other team down. They're just taking their time. They're just waiting it out. No problems at all. Yeah, Shaolin is a bit towards the, they like to play it passive. Oh, look at this, win or die. As soon as they peek, they're going to be receiving them damage. And as I was talking about Shaolin being passive, they are being really aggressive right now. And we are going to be seeing 1 knock, 2 knocks. And look at the kill fade. It is now exploding up. And with that, Drip Gang somewhere on the map, they got eliminated by SGI. That was unfortunate for them. But for now, we have win or die right in front of our... Oh, look at that. He spots one guy all the way towards the ridge as well. They are all that they need right now. This should put them at a bit of an advantage.
They're still being calm about it. They're not being aggressive about it. They still have a lot of cover right in front of them. They want to make a go for it. But yeah, with the SH players right in front of them, shots are being fired, but not to a great good. Some damage is being done. But look at the player. Look at the player of FL who's just right there. How is he able to hide in this position? And obviously he can deal a lot of damage to win or die before he goes down. At least 1 or 2 kills, and especially on the players that are low on HP from win or die. So let's see what kind of damage. But the bigger question is, how did he make here? How did he get here? How did both of these teams gotten themselves into this situation?
This situation is definitely one, and well, I wouldn't say a million, but it is definitely really rare. And this is basically the same story as Freeline did the last time. Last time around, it was Cantix, but Cantix is pretty far behind. This time, it is another player, which I'm not going to take the name of. He is up inside enemy territory, and he might be able to, as you said, might be able to do a lot of damage just because of his position. But for now, I think he's going to be keeping himself safe, although it is not known how much longer he'll be able to do so. Still, though, looking here, we have Together as One going up against MFP. Nades are being cooked. Bobos should be able to do something here. There we go. He sees one. Does he take the shots? No, he's hidden by the smoke. And there we go. That would be the end of Bobos. And as I say that, MFP just got insta-wiped. A buzzkill coming on MFP by two different teams. It's going to be 100 ADR and SALN. They just wiped out those guys. That was insane.
And not just that, Unwanted still trying to keep the momentum going for the first game, takes a one player down of the Encrypted, and yeah, that's a rivalry that will be going on for I feel like a few more years, because now they have a lot of skin in the game, but win or die. Yeah, they are able to get one knock, still not even able to secure the kill, but my bigger question is still the player from FL right next to them, and the answer is yes. If the rest of the FL joins, I think they might be able to just take down win or die, with a shot is being fired on Hoppycock. He needs to get back into the cover, and obviously he does that, puts off the first aid kit. But yeah, this guy guys, this guy is still sitting silently. He has good amount of ammo, he has a nade in his hand, some kind of smoke.
He's finally doing something.
Oh no, maybe he might not be able to give his position away, but yeah.
There we go, nade is cooked, the rest of the team is coming up. There we go, he is doing something. This is his opportunity, the nades are being cooked. FL is pushing right up on to win or die, and there we go, the utility nade knockouts are perfect. They don't even need to use his gun, because yeah, they are doing a perfect job with just their utilities. The pushes there, they are clearing them out one by one. They just basically wiped them out. That was amazing. Only one more player to go though. They still have to manage this out, and yeah, that's how you do it. Learn from Freeline.
But more importantly, the situation is far from over. With the high sense right coming right next to them, they wanted to get the spoils of the war again, and they might be able to deal some kind of damage to free lines. But yeah, we have to see that Encrypt just charging up again in the game number 2 was able to 1 kill, but Unwanted, they're still on a very nice momentum. They have 3 kills, they've not lost a single player, they're still dealing a lot of damage to multiple teams out there. They are on the edge of the first, they're on the edge of the circle. Yeah, so I think they're at the top of the 9 teams alive, and if this game goes well for Unwanted, yeah, I think Holler, if Unwanted has a good game and a game number 2, it will be very difficult to stop them, and they might just dominate this grand finals. But yeah, we'll have to see that.
RZ, did you miss that? We just had a mortar knock. That is that is something I love to see. But yeah, as I say that, Hisense just got eliminated from the map. That is their goodbye from this map at least. But hey, Freeline is now there right on the edge of the circle, as it's going to be coming closer and closer to them. And as we talk about that, Unwanted is going to get another one with the mortar. Who is this guy? Deviant, take away the mortar from him. He is being he's just taking them out one by one. And as we say that, he's just going to let go of his mortar, take out his utilities, and he's just going to start dumping them. Okay, wow. Yeah, that is big from this guy.
Absolutely, but Unwanted trying to get more and more knocks out there. Demon gets a bit of a damage out there, but the smoke is covering him up, and nothing to be worried about. Unwanted, they're getting damage, they're getting knocks as well still, but not able to secure the kill. And as I was able to manage that, Deviant deals a lot of damage to the enemy player and takes him out, and that will be the 4th kill on their side. One player still on the lower ridge, but he goes down by one of his teammates, and that will be the 5th kill, as it will be very difficult to make him like come back or may like save him at this point. But Freeline, they are on the edge, they are calm, they are slowly and steadily. SALN is right next to them. What are they gonna do? They're gonna have a drink and recharge themselves.
Well, yeah, that's the perfect thing to do when you have a lot of time on your hands. But there we go, he's gonna finally be taking some shots. There we go, the nade's being cooked, and it's gonna be thrown away, and they're gonna decide to move back from that spot. What was that nade? 2 players knocked out. That was perfect. SLN taking so much damage from these guys. It's only one more player remaining, and there we go. These guys are gonna get a job done. Well, it's not enough. It's not enough. They need to take one more down, but the nades are perfect, and they're just gonna keep cooking them up. And there we go. The job is now finally done with Shaolin, not SALN. Shaolin has been knocked out by Freeline. That was huge from these guys. RZ, they were deciding to move back from that area. They weren't. They were basically like, hey, let's move out of here. Let's just deal with these guys later on. And yeah, let's just throw a nade. Let's just throw a few nades before we go back. And yeah, those nades were perfect.
Absolutely perfect. It cannot get better than that. And obviously, after eliminating Win or Die, they were able to secure that position. They were able to recharge and eliminating another team right at that spot. That takes skill. That takes a lot of the skill. And Freeline has been able to do that. And look at that. With that weird kind of driving, they were able to get in. But no, obviously, no. You need to be very careful with how you make your move into this kind of territory, into these kind of warehouses. Hauler, they have just been eliminated by a single player. I think it was a single player, but unfortunate circumstance for this team while they were looking super good.
They were looking super good, and now they just met their demise right away. That was not good for Freeline. I was expecting much greater things from these guys on this map specifically because of just how well they were doing all around. But yeah, I guess that's their end. Freeline has been eliminated. They did take away 10 points. 10 elimination points for them though, so yeah, that's going to be serving them well overall. But now we're looking at ADR, 100 ADR. It was really up close. The circle is now really small. These teams are right up in their faces, each other's faces. 100 ADR, Shoot All Haters, and SGI, they are all with each other. They're just standing there waiting for someone to make a move. 100 ADR, they definitely need to reposition themselves to a higher position because they're below the ridge, and the circle is definitely going to be on the higher ground. So yeah, a reposition is definitely needed. And as I say that, Shoot All Haters is going to be taking a shot at Unwanted, and they're going to be getting well and alone in the room. He is going to be taking some gunfire at Fairy Tail player. Brightside is really low, but he was able to retaliate somehow and take him down. That was not the fight he was hoping. That was definitely not how he was hoping to go.
Fairy Tail, they should not have come on top in this fight. They should have been the one getting eliminated as they were coming out into this warehouse with no idea that there was one player waiting for them. And despite the fact they got the kill, that was really weird. But 100 ATR, they are doing a decent job with the one player going like still knocked down. And oh, look at that, he was able to being revived. And as I mentioned that, he got knocked down again. And H1XS, he has to make sure that he revived that player again. He has to be careful. Hubuki is just right next to him, trying to provide any kind of support as he can. 5 kills with the Molotov on his left. He is trying to move on the right side, but no need to make a lot of the situation because your top priority should be reviving your player. And Walu tries to deal some damage, unfortunately wasn't able to do so. HJSAH still surviving with the one team, 100 ADR right next to them. Shoot All Haters, he might not have an idea that there's another team in the warehouse. Take some damage, he's down to 30%. Can he survive this or not? It's going to be a great battle between these two teams. I think it's a 2v2, but Unwanted, Holler, where are they? Where were they? And where have been they? And now they've just come into the main scene with 7 kills in total and with 4 players alive, and still the team that is looking most comfortable to get the winner chicken dinner.
That is very true. Unwanted once again playing it out really safely. They don't want to take their chances, to be honest. They're just playing it out passively, taking the gunfights that they really need to, otherwise just stay safe. They are being util dumped right now, but their positioning is kind of really good compared to the other teams. But we have only 4 teams on this small battlefield right now. It is Shoot All Haters, 100 ADR, Unwanted, and Fairy Tail. All of these guys are playing it out, but Unwanted is deciding to stay out of the fight right now. Shoot All Haters and 100 ADR up really close to each other right now. Shoot All Haters, the problem is they're only 2 alive, and both of them are just, locked up inside a single warehouse, and they're constantly being nade dumped, util dumped by 100 ADR. They're delivering damage, and Shoot All Haters are constantly healing up the fight. There's still a little bit of time, and as I say that time is coming closer and closer as Fairy Tail is going to be knocking down one player from Shoot All Haters, and things are looking really dire for Shoot All Haters. And as I say that, Brightside is going to be taking some damage as well. He has to go back, he has to heal up, and the circle is approaching too, but Unwanted is not going to be giving the time to do so. Eero has been knocked out. That is only one player. Look, Shoot All Haters and Fairy Tail, they're basically in the same spot right now. Shoot All Haters, though, they're going to be able to recover somewhat by reviving one of their players, but Fairy Tail is looking really tough because Unwanted is looking to finish them all once and for all right now.
I mean, the team that can maybe turn things around for themselves and for the other teams as well could be 100 ADR. They have 3 players alive. They're still looking a bit decent, and obviously they got EO as well, and Team Unwanted, they will not be happy with that kill still, as they were the one who got the knockdown. But yeah, Look at that. We have the circle closing in slowly and steadily. Bright is still outside the circle. ADR, they are just moving slowly and steadily to the left side, completely occupying the south of the map, south of the circle as well. And SAH, they are in the warehouse trying to survive as much as they can, but it will be difficult to do so as everybody knows where they are. And Bright side, things are not looking very bright for them. He's completely surrounded. A nade comes in from Wubiki and
good
deals
nade.
and seals the deal, and he's out of the game with the three teams remaining behind. And 100 ADR is going to be a good game between them and Unwanted. SAH player gets spotted and he gets knocked down as well. And maybe 100 ADR before they move to Unwanted, they would probably might want to take out SAH, but in the midst of all of this, he's being revived.
Yep, this is basically the battle between these three teams, and the best chances, the best odds that the team has is going to be Unwanted, because 100 ADR and SCH, they both are down players. SCH only 2 remaining, 100 ADR with 1 down. They are trying to keep themselves safe, but Unwanted, for how much longer can they really manage to do that? No distance is being closed up between these teams for now. Unwanted is taking their time as they always have. This is their key to get the chicken dinner. They can be as passive as they really need to. They are being nade down, but look at Deviant. The courage on this guy to just stay in the same spot, smoke something else off, smoke one angle off, so at least he doesn't have to worry about shoot all haters. And now he's just gonna stay in the same spot. They're just holding on to their positions, like firmly holding on to their positions, and they're not letting go of it. It's basically they just want to survive the situation somehow and get the chicken dinner.
But look at the like calmness and the like peace right at this moment. For the last 1.5 minutes, everybody's calm, everybody's in peace. They're trying to get a kill, but nobody is taking any unnecessary movement. But the circle is all out now. The blue zone will be pushing. 30 minutes have passed. It's been a very long game, and we're still not close to deciding a winner. It's going to be 3 teams. Let's say it. They're still perfectly capable of getting the winner chicken dinner if they're able to let the other 2 teams play it out. Wubiki is using all the utility he has left and right. He doesn't want to keep anything in his backpack and have any regrets later. Spots the player, deals some damage, but nothing concerning for team Unwanted as he moves to the right side with the blue zone pushing it from left.
That is definitely true. Unwanted in a really good spot right now, but there it is. 100 ADS finally taking their move. Deviant is down. That is 1 player down. Unwanted side. That equals up the playing field for these guys. 100 ADS looking the better of the team right now. Shoot all haters once again down 1 player. Knocks are coming in left and right. 100 ADR once again down 1 player. They have to get the revive in. I don't think they're going to have the time to do so. Unwanted is looking really good. There we go. Another knock coming in. 100 ADR down 1 player. SAH only 1 alive. It is going to be Fnatic. How is this going to play out between these teams? 100 ADR, they seem like they want to finish off, shoot all haters first, but they have to be really cautious of Unwanted as well. Fnatic trying to take an angle. There we go. He still wants to get the revive in the final. Oh, never mind. He cannot. His teammate just died. I apologize for that, but still, the hype of the moment is still active. 100 ADR right outside of Fnatic's face. He's trying to do this solo all alone, while on the other side, Unwanted is getting the frags that they need. Krishnevas, there we go. 100 ADR is going to be getting away with 10 kills. That is kind of, well, close to their name, but still not close enough. They have slowed down a little.
Oh no, look at that. What is happening? Can he revive him? Spot the play takes him down. It's a
There
no! Look at that. He came from behind. He came from behind. Unwanted. Just sneak up on the last player of 100 ATR.